Good morning. Have you ever asked yourself the question, does God care about me? Or have you ever maybe wondered, does God really care about this problem in my life? I think it's very easy for us to imagine that God cares about the big things, right? Wars or who's president or pandemics or history shaping events. I mean, we look at him as as the creator of the universe with phenomenal cosmic power. But how can he care about itty bitty old me? Well, I'd like to read a story over in John chapter 2 today that I think can give us great confidence that God even cares about the small details of our lives. Let's read. On the third day, a wedding took place in Cana of Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding as well. When the wine ran out, Jesus' mother told him, "They don't have any wine." "What does that have to do with you and me, woman?" Jesus asked. "My hour has not yet come." "Do whatever he tells you," his mother told the servants. Now 6 stone water jars had been set there for Jewish purification. Each contained 20 or 30 gallons. "Fill the jars with water," Jesus told them. So they filled them to the brim. Then he said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the head waiter." And they did. When the head waiter tasted the water after it had become wine, he did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew. He called the groom and told him, "Everyone sets out the fine wine first. Then, after people are drunk, the inferior. But you have kept the fine wine until now." Jesus did this, the first of his signs in Cana of Galilee. He revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. I think this story should give us great confidence that Jesus definitely cares about the small things in our lives. I mean, if he took notice about the fact that they ran out of wine at a wedding, of course he cares about the things that are going on in our lives. I mean, you can imagine this family. It's probably a family friend. His mother was there, so it might have been a relative of Jesus' mother, and she notices they don't have any wine, and so she says, "Hey, son, can you do something?" And even though Jesus says it's not my time, I love the grace of God where he decides to still act and still do something. For us, this may be hard to imagine. I mean, in the ancient world, they only had basically 3 drinks: water, wine, and milk. And it was a custom to serve wine at a wedding. And so when they ran out, for us today, it would be like somebody running out of fruit punch at a wedding. And so this would have been a great embarrassment to them. And Jesus basically saves them this embarrassment. And not only that, they get great compliments. I mean, the head waiter goes over to the groom and he's like, "Man, you guys are bringing out the great wine now." I'm sure the groom was like, "We are?" But I think this should help you to know that whether it's your performance review at work, or whether you're worried about your kid getting into a certain school, or a young couple that's trying to get pregnant to have their first child, or whatever may feel like something that would be insignificant to God, but it's very significant to you. God does care about it. I think the point that we can take from this, though, is for Jesus to have done this miracle, he had to be invited to the wedding. And so the question we can now ask is, am I inviting God into these areas of my life that I care about? Do I have a dialogue and do I pray to God about all these things that are going on that are worrying me or troubling me or my problems? Am I inviting him into those things? So I'm Fenton Gardner. That's your inspirational vitamin for the day. Please be blessed, and I hope you have an amazing day.